Hi, my name is Miriam Bernabei, and I'm a volunteer here at Greenburgh Town Hall. And it is my pleasure today to introduce you to one of the 40 artists who will be exhibiting at the Greenburgh Artists and Crafts Market at Presser Park on Saturday, April 27th from 10 to 4. And her name is Anna Lemin. So welcome, Anna.
Thank you, Miriam. Thank you for inviting me into your studio and letting me talk about my art and jewelry.
Oh, it's our pleasure. First of all, I had the opportunity to see some of the jewelry just now, and it is absolutely beautiful. So before we get started in the jewelry that you're bringing to the fair, how did you get started in this to begin with? What was your art journey?
So I worked for many years as a computer programmer, and my really day-to-day work was coding and talking to the client. But when I kind of retired, it wasn't true retirement, but because we moved out of Washington, D.C. into the Westchester area, I really tried to find something I would really enjoy for myself, which would bring me daily pleasure and, satisfaction. And I decided that what I usually always liked is to create something new out of small things, usually neglected, forgotten. And I found that if I'll start making jewelry out of old objects, that really brings me joy and satisfaction.
Wow. So how long have you been doing this?
At least 10 years, actually longer, as of I started really in 2012, so it's 12 years.
Wow, lovely. So show us some of the stuff that you're going to be bringing to the fair.
So my inspiration are old objects, and this could be coins, and I make necklace out of the coins, and those coins come from different countries, and they all had their own little holes in them, and I use those little holes to combine them with the pearls, and that would be like for instance, the necklace which I would create myself. Another example is the old object everyone forgot how to use, and that's a small slider which a man would slide on his belt to watch to carry a watch, and these sliders on the belt are not used anymore, and usually people just forgot what was their original functionality. So I would take that slider and put it into a necklace and create a cascading effect out with the beads and make it a focal point. And when I like a design like this, I would sometimes replicate it again. And when I find another slider, I would create another necklace with it, because I just like the idea, that brings me personal satisfaction that I used the object that was used for many years. It's probably more than 100 years old, and now it can be used again, but a different functionality and a different way.
So how do you find that? I never saw that before.
Yeah, exactly.
Where do you get that?
So people don't even know what's this for. Those are sliders for the belt, and the man would carry his watch on a chain attached to that belt slider.
So you go to fairs or antique places?
From old estate places and from old, from people selling at the flea markets, sometimes from the thrift shops, and
wow.
They would have things like that. And usually, actually, I would find those things in a bag with costume jewelry. They sell them in the bag. They don't even know what's there. They throw everything together. But I like to, to go through it and find things
that's great.
I can use.
What else you got there?
Old buckles, those are also my favorite. I love to use old buckles. So I use old buckles, something like this. I would create a necklace, and I would make a buckle as the fastener, like a clasp, and that would be like a side clasp with the cascading necklace as well, and that's an old enamel buckle.
So this is the buckle?
Yeah, that's the buckle. That would be for your belt, and you would wear it on your waist, but we don't, in modern society, we really don't use the accessories like this anymore, but I like to create and use them again by making jewelry out of them.
Yeah,
and
great.
That's this French enamel buckle with the also old vintage beads, which I restrung and made another necklace of them.
So tell me, how long does it take to make one of those things?
First of all, it takes me a couple of days to come up with the design, because sometimes I have an object, I start thinking immediately, what do I do with this object? How can I use it? And it takes several days to come up with the design. But when I know what I want, it's usually not so long. You know, it takes me sometimes a day or two. That's another one I like. Those are old keys. Those are called like skeleton keys or master keys.
Wow.
And I like to, you know, I put them all together. And when I wear this necklace, I think sometimes that I can open any door.
Right.
So I think that I can open any door just by wearing this necklace.
I gotta find the locks that those keys fit in. I don't know. They look very old to me.
They look very old. But
Wow.
it's just the idea that, you know, anything is possible when you have your creativity, your skill, and your persistence.
Beautiful. Is there a time of day you prefer to work?
Of course, I have my own time when my child is in school.
That's time. It's quiet.
That's the perfect time when it's quiet, and I have exactly time at home when I can concentrate on this and start counting the beads. because I use old beads, and sometimes I use the broken necklaces, and sometimes there are not enough. And then I have to create the design which would incorporate the beads from several necklaces.
Mm-hmm.
And because they're broken, they're not complete, I have to come up with the design where I can use several beads from this necklace, several beads of that necklace. But usually, you know, it takes creativity and some calculations.
So you have to thread each bead?
Of course.
Oh my
yes.
goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tedious work, just saying. So you mentioned your daughter. I saw a videotape with her work hanging here too.
Yes, she's a young artist.
Beautiful.
And I really hope that her artistic talent comes from me, but there are many talented people in the family. I mean, I don't want to mention, but we all love art, and we all love going to the exhibits, to the art fairs, to the galleries, and I get inspired by the old paintings. I always watch what ladies are wearing on the art paintings, always take pictures of their bracelets and necklaces, the pearls and whatever they're having on the old paintings. It's wonderful, it's beautiful, and I get inspired by the old paintings, and I hope my daughters also get inspired by the Impressionist art and by American artists of the past, and it's great to go to the galleries and museums.
So let's talk about, have you sold a lot of your work?
Yes, of course. It's of course it started as a hobby, but it immediately became, profitable. I was always like pretty much as of the first months making money, because again I'm buying broken necklaces or broken buckles or broken brooches, and when I make them into a necklace, of course I'm able to sell them at a higher price, because it's my work and my and also my time.
So how do you market your stuff? Where do you go to these fairs? Anything else that you do to?
I have Instagram account, and I have an eBay store, which I have for the last 12 years. My eBay store is very popular. I have many followers on eBay and Instagram, and particularly on eBay, it's more valuable because on Instagram, for instance, you can kind of promote yourself and get followers by paying Instagram. But on eBay, you cannot pay eBay to get followers. On eBay, it's very strict. Only when people want to follow your shop, then you get followers. Not that you can pay eBay to get more followers.
Gotcha.
You cannot. So, and I'm proud that my little store on eBay has many followers, and I have a reputation.
Mm-hmm. So what advice would you give for somebody who wants to do what you've done?
Just, it will probably sound as a cliche, but follow your dream and do what you like, enjoy every day, but be persistent. Don't stop, don't drop midway. Just every day remind yourself that, every day, like every little step helps you to come to your goal, come to your achievement, and just be persistent. Like sometimes I say to myself, beat after beat, or beats, beat after beat,
Beat after beat.
Yes,
One little beat.
small steps, makes it happen and come it all together, because it takes effort, it takes time, and persistence. I think persistence is very important.
All right, now here's a philosophical question. How do you yourself, measure success in art?
Thank you for asking this, because to me it's really personal satisfaction when I complete a jewelry, when I see it's finished, and when I see that it comes the way I really wanted it to become. I think I really feel satisfied. And also when I sell something at a very good price, it also definitely brings satisfaction. But also I hope that another measure is when you see that somebody appreciated and somebody wants to follow you, and that's very important. I think for me and in my family, that my daughter really into art, it's very important, and to me it also brings a huge satisfaction that she's using all her spare time to draw and to paint.
Beautiful. Well, Anna, I want to thank you so much for being with us today, and I wish you lots of luck, and I'm going to see you on Saturday, April 27th. I want everybody to remember to come out to the Greenburgh Artists and Crafters Market at Presser Park, Saturday, April 27th from 10 to 4, and you'll see Anna and her beautiful work. Don't forget, be there.
Thank you.